This is going to be a cute, frightening monster. We're going to have several of them. We're having several of them, which is kind of, this is always a fun thing. Monsters are always a fun thing to draw, especially when we're just utilizing our imagination. So this one is sort of a mushroom-shaped type creature, like this. We're going to have fun with this one, though. You know what makes it a lot more fun is being able to put the AI into it. And so, something I was thinking about, too. I keep getting this message, especially on weekends. Apparently, there's a lot of people who are using AI. And I'm thinking, well, what happened to the people who are complaining about AI as a bad thing? Now, all of a sudden, out of the blue, um, it's in very high demand, which is kind of funny when I think about it. Oh my goodness, I don't think I made its head big enough. I didn't. I didn't make its head big enough. How am I going to do this? Okay, let's do this over here. I need to... Okay, so... Okay, I'm going to rig this a little bit like this to put the eye here like this because I need a larger eye. So we're going to do that. And so then I'm going to kind of rig the... There, this is going to work, I hope. So we're going to take this and flip this on around like that. We're flipping it on around up in that direction. And... Okay, so now I need to work on the nose right here, the nose right there. It's an upside down heart. If you remember, nose is an upside down heart. Now I'm going to put all of my videos, I guess, into one video because I have concerns. Now YouTube gave me a notice of something that said, hello one person, thank you for watching. So YouTube gave me a notice that said something about that live streams are going to be something about less live streams or something. I'm not positive. And so I don't know what that means. It sounded like that, like less consecutive live streams is what they're talking about. Something about that. And so I guess I'm going to put a bunch of videos in one video here so I can keep my live stream going. And then I have something to work with in taking my videos and making shorter videos that are pointing to my larger videos. So that's what I'm going to be doing is... With this video, I'm going to do at least 2 drawings in here, 2, maybe 3. I'm sure I have plenty of time to do 3 So I'm just working on mushroom head here is what we're working on, is this mushroom head drawing here of kind of a scary, we're calling it a scary, frightening monster. That's what we're calling it, scary, frightening monster. And so... I'm working on the teeth right here, and they can just, you don't have to get them exact at all. Just make them as funky and wonky as you can. Funky and wonky works really, really well. Like this. And you know what I was thinking about? This is such a strange thought. Okay, I had this strange thought because there was this man yesterday, and I wasn't sure if he was... what he was alluding to, but he was talking about how something about his wife, and he said he saw his wife up on the panel. He said his wife was up on the panel and he wanted to be with her. And I was wondering, it's like, okay, there's 2 scenarios I was thinking about here with that saying. And I thought, now, is he someone who's gone far away at a job and he knows that his wife is on the panel, but he can't literally tell her for some reason that he knows his wife is on a panel somewhere? Or was he just being kind of ornery and I don't know, he had to go, so maybe it hurt him to hear her voice. That's what I'm wondering, because he seemed sincere in what he was saying. And he didn't seem ill-intended or anything like that. He seemed really sincere with the words that he was saying. And so I didn't take this man to be anything other than someone who he sounded like he missed his wife. But for some reason he couldn't actually say who his wife was. So whatever that means. And so I felt kind of sad for him, because that's what he was talking about, was how he missed his wife and then he had to go. And it often made me wonder, it's like for people who are under like these non-disclosure agreements and things like that, and then they have to hear someone's voice. They hear someone's voice. They know who it is, but because of the non-disclosure agreement, they can't actually reveal to the person who they are. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. I was thinking about that when the man said that. It's like, I didn't get the idea he was being stinky at all. He just, the thing I wondered is, it's like, you know how it is when you remember how something was, and you kind of yearn for it and how it was, and you were kind of having fun, and maybe you were even becoming, you were envisioning something of a future, maybe even with that person or something. And I was feeling like, well, maybe that's the direction he was going with that, because he said something about, he says, I hope to have a relationship with my wife again one day. That's what he said. And it's like, my God, it was so sad. It's like, what in the world has happened that this man can't have a relationship with his own wife, or a woman that he would like to be his wife? It has me wondering, what in the world happened? What happened that he can't reveal to the woman that he wants to be with her? So yeah, for young love, I think that works. I don't know about older people, how that works, because if I ever experience it one day, I will share it with people, probably. I don't know if I will or not. If I, I don't know if I share it, it's going to be in a generic, sanitized manner. If I was to share something like that, it would have to be generic and sanitized, because of the fact that, okay, I'm so excited. I have a comment. I know I always say that all the time, but I'm so excited I have one comment. And I do. Let me get over there and see. Let me get over here and see. I have one person leaving me a comment, and I'm so excited because I don't get very many most of the time. Okay, we're trying to zoom in here. Myraland P8P. Hello. Miraland. Okay. And did I get... No, I need to do all live chat. And, okay, so we're going to finish working on our grumpy, kind of frightening, cute, sort of grumpy looking creature here. Now, this begs for me questioning too, for other people who want to have a relationship with someone. It's like, well, are they caught up in something, the non-disclosure agreement, where they're doing something on something else, and so they can't actually talk about what they're doing because they're under some sort of a non-disclosure agreement of some sort? And, so that's what I was feeling about with this one specific man yesterday. And I didn't feel anything negative coming out of him. That was the whole thing. It's like, I didn't hear what he was saying as some sort of an insult or a comment or any negative remarks with what he was saying. He just said, I want to be with my wife again one day. That's what he said. I want to be with my wife again one day. He's missing something. And I felt so bad for him. So he's caught up into the middle of something where he can't actually be with his wife right now. So there's another side to it, another side to all of these issues. And I can't take all of them as negative. And where everything is an insult, even though that's what we get bombarded with a lot of times on the internet, with like just complete and total chaos and insults. I wasn't hearing that from him. I heard a man who was somewhat, he sounded a little bit hurt because he's missing someone. That's what I was hearing, was him missing something. He's missing something in his life. And he heard a familiar voice of someone. So there was only two of us. That was a funny part. There was only two of us, and I looked at the other woman, and I thought, yeah, he's talking about her because she's younger and beautiful, and so I just assumed that it was her that he was talking about. Because she was younger and beautiful. And I don't know what he looked like. I had no idea. Now, some of them, I think I've been kind of ornery with them, because I tell them, I said, they're like, I'm using my real voice. This is what they say. I am using my real voice. And it's like, I am not so sure that you guys are using your real voice that you guys always say that you're using, because this is what I tell them. It's like, okay, you guys sound like AI. You sound like artificial intelligence. They're like, I'm using my real voice. It's like, you sound like a synthesizer a little bit there. Let's draw something kind of interesting in here. How about a loosely based, something that looks a little bit like a key. Let's draw sort of a little key looking like thing right here, as part of this particular mushroom head. We'll just add something a little bit different in here, like that. Okay, so we're gonna draw. We got a little bit more to go on this one. We can just keep adding things. Let's see here. We need to add some little lines here like this. Just a bunch of little lines here. I like to try and draw them hard to enhance them. Now the YouTube thing was kind of odd though, with limiting. It said limiting back-to-back live streams. It said something about it said something about they're going to be, I think April, they said something about they were going to be limiting back-to-back live streams, which means that the amount of live streams that a person can do in a period of time. Now, I've not been one to actually do back-to-back live streams. There are other people who do that, like on TikTok. I know they're notorious for doing back-to-back live streams. So when they get hit with a violation of some sort, then they just start over and do a new live stream, because what they're saying is they're getting kicked out of the algorithm, and then because they used a certain word of some sort, and so then they can no longer live stream, and so then they're getting pushed down lower into the feed, and then they're not getting watched as much, and so that's why they start over and do a new live stream for that reason. And so but on another note, I've actually seen people who just stayed in their live stream. They just let it cycle through, so they'll start off with a whole bunch of views and things like that, and then they won't get any, and then they'll get, my goodness sake, sometimes they'll get a whole bunch come through then. So they can sit there, nothing happens, they have very little, and then next thing you know, they've got hundreds and hundreds of people that are coming through. And it's like, where in the world did they come from? And so then they're getting bombarded with a whole bunch of people on their live stream then. And so now I need to add in some we've got some little weeds down here is what we're working on right now. Some little weeds like this. And let's see. We got some little rocks down here at the bottom like this. Oh, some little rocks and things down here like that. We're going to add a few more. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, let me go up here and oh, well, how come I'm not seeing, okay, what, I am missing all these comments on my page now. I wonder, hang on a second. I just noticed I'm missing all these comments. Let me get back over here and, why are my comments not showing up now? Let me get over here. They should be, it says live chat. Okay, the comments, uh-oh. Okay, there are comments showing up on the outside incognito view. I'm going to tell you who they're coming from. So inside of my live chat, I have one comment that shows up. It says live chat, top chat, live chat that's showing up. Now when I go to my outside view, I have a whole bunch of people that are leaving comments that I can't see. So apparently we have some ghosting taking place right now. So if you guys can hear me from outside, I see Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf says, "Are you drawing another monster? I'll be right back. I'm going to make some lunch. I'm back. Hi, how are you? Can you see my comments? I must be blocked." You're ghosted. If you can hear me, Lone Wolf, I believe you're ghosted right now. Because I had no idea that you were making comments until I went to the logged out version. So I'm in the logged out version right now. So I do that to check every once in a while to see if who's being ghosted. And apparently, Lone Wolf, you are being ghosted right now. You're the only one. I do see you in the logged out version. I don't see you in the logged in version. But at least you can hear me. I think if I'm correct, I don't know why you would be ghosted from me, but you are. You're ghosted from me. So I just wanted to share that with you, that you're ghosted from me right now. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that you are ghosted, but you are. Yeah, I'm drawing another monster here. That's what I'm drawing, is another monster. And so I'm just kind of trying to add on here to the outside to make the head a little bit larger. I started off with it a little bit smaller, and I'm just trying to make it a little bit larger here. And see the lines, how the lines add this nice kind of scary feature to it. So we can color in a little bit in here like this. We'll color in between the teeth like this, and it just gunks them up and makes them look dirty and nasty, and that's what we want, is dirty and nasty in these teeth. And so we'll just make them look a little bit gross here like this. We're going to add some dark spots between the teeth here. Adds a little bit of contrast and dimension between these things here. Makes them look gross, nasty, disgusting, and that's kind of the look that we're looking for right here, is gross, nasty, and disgusting. Okay. Okay, so we've got, and so we're adding leaves in here like this, and Okay, and we got our little rocks here. Let's add a little bit more like that. We've got more leaves, just a few more leaves. A few more lines. We'll add some little tangles and lines in here like this. That's how they go, sort of like that. And see if I'm getting any more comments. I have no idea because we're being ghosted right now, I believe. So I can see the people on the outside view, but not here inside of YouTube. I can't. I'm not sure why, but that's what's going on. So if you want to see if you're missing comments, that's something I've always done. I go to an incognito window. Let's see if any more showed up. Yeah, are you still here, Lone Wolf? He said he's going to be back and make some lunch. Okay, so let's okay, where should we let's take this one down this direction like this. Now that works out pretty good like that. And so, yeah, that looks pretty darn good. We're going to just add some more thicker lines with these line drawings like this. I know you guys are probably asking, are you ever going to add color again one day to any of these? Well, probably. Yeah, I probably could get my colors. I'm just trying to live very small right now for whatever reason. Even though I'm doing the best I can. But I'm just doing a pen sketch right now, pen sketches. And okay, I am still not seeing anything further from Lone Wolf. The only other person I see is Myra Land. And other than that, I'm not getting, yeah, there's something's going on with YouTube. There's some kind of shift or something within the algorithm, possibly. I'm not sure. So there is something going on here. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I'm going to add a little bit more lines down here to the chin area. We're going to add, well, let's add some little, something that kind of looks a little bit like leaves. I'm having a brain fart. I'm having a trouble drawing and talking at the same time sometimes. I guess I'm still a little bit sleepy, or I think I just stayed up too late last night. My thing came on about 10 o'clock or 11. I finished the game I was playing because I play games a lot of the times in the day. And I should have went to bed instead of staying up playing another game. But some of the games are, oh my gosh, I have fun playing them because they literally are a very, very good distraction for me because it keeps me out of chat right now. And if I can keep myself out of chat and out of places that make me feel really, really bad, and some of the places do, then gaming is good for me right now. The YouTube playables is what I like to play. I really like to play that. And I have showed some of the games, but there's really not much for secrets or anything that I can find, other than little tips and tricks on how to start over if you need to start over. But the games that in the YouTube playables, why I like them and they're so much fun is that they just keep going. There's not really any cheat codes or anything like that with the games. Yeah, there's not really any cheat codes or anything. And so it's not like back in the day where you were playing Mario or something like that. And then next thing you know, there's these magazines that come out. It's like, buy the cheat codes. It's like, then for me, it became a thing. It was kind of fun. It's like, oh my gosh, we can buy these magazines and get all these cheat codes. And that's what they were, was cheat codes on. It really wasn't cheat codes. It was most of the time they called them cheat codes, but it was telling how to find places, things inside of the game that otherwise we would have had no idea how to find out where they exist. Because they put in, I still call them Easter eggs to this day. I don't know, hacks or Easter eggs, plants. Maybe there's another name for them, I'm not sure. But there's things they put inside of the games where you find things, and then when you find them, you might get a shortcut or something, or some way into a different level, some way to get into a level that was a little bit faster. Then and even to how to beat the creatures. That's what was kind of fun, was some of the creatures were so hard. This looks really good. I like this one. This one turned out really, really good. The face is quite a bit thinner than my original one I'm looking at here, but it looks still all the same. It looks really good though. I mean, the eyes are fantastic. We could add a little bit more of this, you know, the little evil. We got the little evil wrinkles and things around here like this. It kind of helps add that element of frightening and evil. What else am I missing? Oh, we can kind of add a little bit of a mouth up here. But one of the things I totally love about playables is the fact that the game continues. It just continues. And sometimes it changes and updates and it adds more things in it. So it's an ongoing game. So, and plus, not only that, there's things inside of the game that's a timer. You can't just fast forward. Like the old-fashioned games, you could fast forward and then you were done playing the game. And it's like, oh, well, this isn't fun. Well, with the playables, though, we get and we get an extended game that changes, and it's like, my goodness, some of them we can beat. So there are satisfying games that we can play within 24 hours pretty quick. Some of them are satisfying. And so if you have to do something that's sort of short and satisfying, we do have that as an option for some of the games. They might last a couple of days. Some of them are longer, and they just keep going and growing, and they take a long time. You're not going to solve them overnight. It might take a couple of years to finish it, unless the developers actually add more to the game. And I'm finding that does happen. They do add more to the game as time progresses. So that's what's a lot of fun is with the games is speak of the devil of Mario. My gosh, this looks like Mario. But I don't know if it's part of the game or not. Do I want to do Mario or the M on it could be something else. It looks kind of fascinating the way that it looks. It is a frightening looking character. Which one do I want to do next? The minion looks funny too. Grandma. Grandma. Maybe we should do Grandma. Let's do Grandma next. Yes, Grandma. We're gonna draw Grandma next, because Grandma sometimes is kind of nutso. We got to do nutso Grandma. Let's call her that, nutso Grandma. We're gonna work on nutso Grandma here. I don't know if we should write everything that Grandma has on there. Maybe we should. Okay. Let's get started here with nutso Grandma, and I'm wondering in the future if someone's going to come back and talk about Nutso Grandma. I'm sure they will. I mean, because these are things I've already heard on the internet before, Nutso Grandma. And so, okay, so let's start off here with, we're going to start off here with the glasses. So we're going to draw the glasses around like this. Oh, shucks. I should have. Okay, maybe I can reverse to the other side. I might be able to reverse to the other side to give myself more room and reverse the direction of something that's taking place here. Okay, so, oh, uh-oh. Okay, so we got this big old weird funky looking nose here. It is grandma. Now this would work also for grandpa. So grandma is grandma looks kind of nutso and crazy in this picture right here. Okay, so let's take this across. The glasses are kind of like this, and we're going to draw the eyes around like this, and then we've got a little part right down here like that. And so we've got sort of, well, these are reflections on the glasses like that. Now we've got sort of another one that comes across like this. And okay, we've got this right here like that. And so we've got the bridge here of the glasses right here like this. Okay, so we're going to do the hair. We're going to do grandma's hair. Grandma's hair. Okay, I'm just darkening some of it down here like this. Okay, so we're going to take this part and go up and make some poofy hair. Poofy hair like this. Okay, now I need to draw in grandma's ear right here like this. I don't know, I may not have left myself enough room to do the full thing. Maybe I shouldn't do that part. Maybe I should. I don't know yet. Okay, so grandma is very, very grumpy. Grandma's very grumpy. Right here like this. Grandma is very, very grumpy. And in fact, it looks like grandma has a mustache. She doesn't really, but it's just the wrinkles in her chin from being so grumpy and such a big sourpuss here. And so we're putting this down here like this. So this would work for grandpa too. Okay, so grandma has on, okay, we're going to take and make grandma's chin here like this. Okay, and so we are going to, okay, we're going to take this little part here. Okay, so this is grandma standing here, and she's got on a dress, like most grandmas wear a dress, don't they, or not? No, I don't think grandmas wear a dress anymore. So we've got, grandma has a sweater on around her neck here. Grandma has a sweater on. And so it's like, if you guys remember the preppy sweaters from back in the day, grandma has on a sweater. Okay, so we've got a little arm right here. Here's grandma's arm right here. And so we're going to draw grandma's arm. Goes down like this, and grandma's arm is kind of going up like this. And then grandma's little elbow is right here like this. And then grandma has her hand grandma is very, very angry about something, and she's flipping the bird. Grandma is flipping a great big bird too. Okay. Oh, that one looks really good. That grandma, you're so naughty, grandma. Okay, we're drawing wrinkles on grandma's fingers, and then wrinkles on grandma's hand right there like that. Now we need to draw grandma, you're so bad. You are so bad, grandma. Grandma, why are you doing this? Grandma Grandma, stop. Grandma. Grandma. Now Grandma has an IUD in her hair, an IED or I. It looks like an IUD that for birth control. That's what this reminds me of when I make this type of symbol. It kind of looks like the, and then we've got like a little sheep looking like thing here in her hair. See if we turn it this way. It looks like a K, but it's sort of a sheep. And if we put a little circle on it like that, we'll put a little circle here, and it makes it look like an animal in her hair. Doesn't it look like an animal? But it just becomes both something like that. And so we're going to take and draw Grandma's, we need to draw some feet for Grandma. Okay, so we're going to draw Grandma's feet down this direction. And then we're going to draw Grandma's feet down this direction. And then Grandma has, there's kind of a line right there. And so we're going to take this and we're going to draw her shoes like this. Like that. And then we're going to take and go down and then up like that. And there's one side of Grandma's shoes is right there. There's one side of Grandma's shoes. Now we're going to make the other side of Grandma's shoes like this. Like that. Grandma's shoes, just like that. So we're going to put some stubble on. Grandma doesn't shave her legs. Grandma's got a lot of hair on her legs. Do you see all the stubble? We've got a bunch of razor stubble on Grandma's legs. Grandma is not going to shave the hair on her legs. Uh-oh. So now we've got hair in the ruffle on Grandma's dress. And now, okay, we've got to draw down this right here, like that, and over. So there's a little, like that. And so Grandma's arm is going down to the ground. Grandma has really, really long arms like that. Do you see that? Grandma has really, really long arms. And her hand is down there on the ground. Now her fingers are kind of wonky like that. Okay, so Grandma looks really, really grumpy. Do you see that? And so Grandma looks really, really grumpy. Now let's give Grandma some, we got to give her some wrinkles right here. So Grandma has turned into a frightening, cute monster here. And, okay, so now we're going to draw the sign of what Grandma is saying. This is what Grandma is saying. This is the one that came up. This is what Grandma has on her mind right now. Grandma is mad. Grandma is really, really mad. I guess at Grandpa. But we're not quite done yet. We're not quite done yet. We've got to add some more stuff to Grandma to embellish things a little bit more. So we're gonna make her shoes plaid. She's got like kind of like some plaid lines going with her shoes like this. Okay, so there's Grandma's shoes. Now we've got flowers on Grandma's dress. We've got to include flowers on Grandma's dress. Right here like this. Okay, so we might not have as much room as we would like to have for all the flowers, but we'll just do the best we can with what little room we have for the flowers there. So we're going to add Some more flowers over here. There. And so there, now we're done with, well, wait a minute, we've got to add a little bit more down here. So there is Grandma right there. Grandma, she's very, very frightening today, that's for sure. That's an understatement, that Grandma is very frightening. And oh my goodness, Grandma is scary today. As far as that goes, Grandma is very, very frightening looking today. Very scary, very frightening looking. Grandma does not want anybody talking to her today. So let's add a little bit more scare into Grandma's face here. We'll add a little bit more of this in here. Like that. Okay, there, that works like that. So here's Grandma. So we've drawn two scary creatures here now. Do you see that? We've got two scary creatures here right now. Grandma and the mushroom skull. They do make pretty good partners together, don't they? So if I was, let's see how we can do this. So if I was to take and put, oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, that works together actually. Add them together like that and make a half grandma, half mushroom. Oh, let's do the opposing side. Let's do the opposing side like this. Okay, Grandma has a lot to say there. And so we've morphed them together like this. Okay. Now what else should we draw? Let's see what else we're going to draw here. I need to take a look-see here to see what I'm going to draw. I have to get a little bit of a drink. Oh, what in the world is this? Oh, that one looks kind of fun. I have drawn something like that before. Let's see what else. Now, Pinterest has been very, very active in sending me ideas, and Pinterest is a load of fun with AI images that come up. And it tells me I'm good at curating content too, which is funny. That's basically what we're doing on Pinterest, is curating content. Now, I'm not so sure how easy it is to... Maybe I should draw this little monster. Yeah, I think I'm going to draw this little monster because that's something I've done sort of in the past. But Jesus loves y'all. Okay, thank you for saying that, Crunchy Fred Bear 1983. I'm not angry that you wrote it at all. I'm not. No, I'm not angry. You might think I'm angry or something, but I'm not, Crunchy Fred Bear 1983. I know you guys are trying to get your Jesus messages out. You know, you have a right to write things about Jesus. And a lot of people have different things they want to say about Jesus, right? Do you find that? Okay, Crunchy Fredbear. Hello, Crunchy Fredbear. To guard your privacy. Okay, so did you write? It looks like Crunchy Fredbear wrote something else. Did you write something else, Crunchy Fredbear? Let's see. Yeah. Crunchy Fredbear wrote, yeah. I'm Crunchy Fredbear, and I wrote, yeah. A Crunchy Fredbear. Oh my goodness sakes. I've been watching some Fred Sanford. No, not Sanford. George Jefferson videos. George Jefferson. And George is bad. Oh my gosh, he got angry when he learned that his son Lionel was getting married and he was going to have in-laws where the his in-law his daughter-in-law's parents, the dad looked like Archie Bunker. Can you imagine that? George Jefferson was so angry because he didn't like Archie at all. He hated Archie. Eventually, I think they became friends on the show, but what they had going on between them actually worked in that day and age. You know, it worked for comedy. And, you know, the thing is, between the two of them, the way they were doing it, the things that people are saying nowadays, it doesn't work and it doesn't make sense just by saying it and repeating it over and over again because people get turned off. But if you have a sort of a themed, scripted comedy of sorts, like the Jeffersons and Archie Bunker, that's what works. That's what comedy is. You have to have players involved who are players that are involved, you know, so it's that scenario where oh my goodness, there was a, you know, oh well, they're always trying to do the opposing views, and it's like sometimes the opposing views just take things and stretch it to a really really not so great direction. Which one? Well, yeah, I think I'm going to draw this one. Yeah, decide. Hurry up and decide. Okay, so we're going to draw this little creature here. I've drawn something similar to it before in the past. In fact, I think I tried to make something that was crochet similar to it in the past too. I have a feeling that crochet must be dropping off because people are just losing interest with it right now. I have a big feeling that that's what's probably happening, is that crochet is dropping off. Because if people can't earn revenue doing it or get views, I know there are people who do get views, they get past views and things like that, but they're finding out now that it's like, well, if all that crochet is just repeating the word crochet, why bother making the content, right? If that's all we're doing is just repeating a word in the artificial intelligence, why bother making the content? And even why bother talking about it? Right? Okay, so I'm drawing this little creature right here. Let's see here. We're drawing this little creature right here like that. Right there like that. And okay, and then we're going to take it down like this. Then we're going to go up and down like this. Okay, so we're going to draw some great big eyes like this. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good right there like that. Okay, so let me see if I have any more comments. Nope, no more comments. Okay. Okay, let's go back over here to this other one here, and we're going to go up like this. We're going to go around like that. Okay, so now we are going to take and we're going to draw around like this, something like this. And okay, so we're gonna do like this, and now perspective, we got to start making the X smaller and then smaller. Do you see how it's getting smaller there in the corner there? Got smaller. And so we're going to take and start making it smaller and then smaller and then smaller, because perspective, it just starts getting smaller. So do you see how the corners, and then it makes it kind of look natural. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to draw some circles around, a few of these, just little circles to make it a little bigger, and it just adds a little bit more to make it pop out. Because you know, when you make a hole in something, then there's like kind of a dark shadow by the hole. If they're together, that's okay. So it just helps it pop out just a little bit more with the shadows here. Shadows here like this. Doesn't have to be real fancy or real big. Just make that works out pretty good. Now we don't really have much for a nose. We have sort of wrinkles for a nose, kind of like this, little wrinkles. Now these up here is also staples. That's what it's supposed to look like, is staples. So we've got staples that are put into this creature here like this. Staples. Okay, so we are going to take okay. Oh my goodness sakes, I just saw something. Okay, this one is really bad too. This one is a voodoo doll. Okay, this one is a voodoo doll. Okay, so we have got this right here. So if you're angry at someone and you want to get that notion of voodoo out of your brain, let's use this right now, because I've said with religion, nothing's going to happen after you die. It's the same thing with a voodoo doll. Absolutely nothing is going to happen. No curse, no nothing is going to happen to you. Just because the only thing that happens is your brain and your imagination kind of run away with you, maybe. That's the only thing that will happen. So stress. So let's make this look like it's pierced in there. We're going to take this around like that. And so we're going to put Let's draw a circle right here. The leg's probably going to be a little bit funny looking because I don't have quite enough room as what I would like to have had, but we're still going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Okay, so now we've got a great big foot right here like this. And so we're going to take and add this part over here, and we're going to put this part up here like that. And so right here we've got more staples. We've got more staples. They're stapling it together. Right here we're going to add staples right here. Okay, so we're going to take this part down like this right there, and we're going to create another circle right here like this. And so we're going to take a line right here like this, down here like that. So we've got some colors here, but I don't have any colors, so I'm just using this color. So I've got another color line down here like this. So I'm just going to use my staples. The staples are holding everything together like this. And we can add some little dots here, dots at the end to kind of highlight it and make it a little bit darker if we want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And, well, actually what I could do to show a little bit of color, we'll just do this. We'll just lightly chicken scratch on here. That's what I'll do, is just lightly chicken scratch. Just ever so lightly. I don't want to color really a whole lot. Just a tiny bit. We'll lightly color right there like that. So now I'm going to add more staples here like this. These are staples. So I'm going to add staples right here. And oh my goodness, I have one more over here that I kind of forgot. This other arm here. Okay, so I'm gonna slightly add color in here, just a tiny bit like that. Well, that looks pretty good. We've got this scary little frightening creature right here. Okay, so I need to add, we've got more lines here. We're going to add some more lines and more staples in here. This creature is always a lot of fun to draw. Let's add a little bit more dimensions in here like that. And okay, so let's just slightly color on this side like this. Ever so slightly. So you see how we can work this with color in here? Just adding a little bit of shadows. Okay, so let's do a little bit of that up here too, even though it's the same color. But we'll add shadows. We'll add shadow colors down here like this. Don't have to be as dark. So we can actually manipulate our pen ink to make shadows, and even by the chicken scratching cross hatching, whatever we call it. I know uh, the art people like to call it cross hatching, doodling, things like that. The names are literally changing as time passes. And I don't think they care as long as people draw something that looks like it. It should have never been something that was placed in an area that is expensive as it is, but it is right now, unfortunately, and that just is kind of unfortunate because then people can't afford to attend art school. So, so we share this thing, and so okay, let me go around here like this. Okay, I'm going to color slightly like this. Just a little tiny bit like that. And so I'm going to add a little bit around like this. And there we've got our voodoo doll complete. Do you see that, our voodoo doll? So voodoo doll is sort of like a little bit like religion, I would say. Where if you think about it too much, then you can literally become scared that something's going to happen. And so I started feeling kind of a little bit like, well, it is sort of like religion. People think, or you can convince yourself of something. It's all in your mind, just like religion. It's all in your mind. Nothing bad is going to happen. Same thing with a voodoo doll, because you know what a voodoo doll is? It's nothing but a pin cushion. So if I make a doll like this out of sewing and I stick pins in it, now think about this. You stick pins in it to store your pins as a pin cushion. Nothing is going to happen to you. Oh, this is what I forgot this part. Okay, we've got a little bit more we have to add on here. I know this looks so evil, doesn't it? But it's not. It's not intended to be. You see what we've got right there? It's a pin cushion. So it depends on what you call it a lot of times. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, we can psych ourselves out inside of our brain and scare ourselves half to right? We can scare ourselves halfway to the moon, but just remember, nothing is going to happen. It's all inside of our brains. Every last bit of it is inside of our brains, related to where it comes to scaring us. Let's see if we've got anything. Oh, my goodness sakes, I think we have one more comment. Hello, Haley. Haley. Hello, Haley. Okay, so this is what we've got right now. We've got Grandma, who's very angry. We have got, these are all frightening creatures. We've got Grandma is really nutso crazy. Grandma has lost her mind. Mushroom skeleton has lost its mind. And so has voodoo doll has lost. They've all lost their minds. They're all nutso scary, crazy, frightening. Well, this is, okay. This is the TikTok panel right here. This is the TikTok. It's the YouTube page, YTP. The YouTube page is what I call it, YTP, YouTube page. And it's gone nuts, so we're just doing it in a drawing format here. So Grandma's lost her mind. They're all grumpy. But it really does remind me of the TikTok panels. It's like this little guy here is like, what in the world is going on? And this one's coming in. This guy's saying, I'd like to talk, I'd like to talk. I'd like to talk, I'd like to talk. I'd like to talk, I'd like to talk. What do you have to say? I wanted to ask you about, well, you're kicked off the panel. So, myself and my child mind, this is how I see adults, is this is adults to me. Because I'm an adult and I see them this way. Okay, we'll bring you back on the panel. Okay, good. You got, what do you want to say? We're going to put you on mute. Did you want to say something? Mute. Do you have something to say? Kick you off the panel. We don't want to hear from you. Okay, let's bring you back on. Okay, we've got 3 views. We've got 3 more views from you because we're kicking you off the panel and we're bringing you back on. Do you have something you want to say? Mute. Let these 2 finish. They have something to say. Did you have something to say? We don't want to talk about that. We're kicking you off the panel. Okay, you want to come back on the panel? Who did you vote for? What state are you in? And how old are you? For TikTok purposes. Did you vote? Okay, you didn't vote. You can't be on the panel. Okay, let's bring you back on the panel. Did you have something to say? Mute. Oh my gosh, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to lose my voice. But anyway, that's how I view the TikTok panels right now. But actually, this was kind of fun. And so this one, well, this one is the kid gets tossed around off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on, and these 2 are, and she's sitting there, dickhead, and who knows what kind of other names he has. Oh, he's got a lot of names for her too. Because it is a school, remember, after all. Come back on the panel. Do you have something to say? We didn't think so. Oh, okay. That should be a viral video, but I highly doubt that it's going to be. It probably won't ever get any airtime. So these 3 are on the panel today, and that was actually kind of therapeutic right there. It was very therapeutic. Drawing the images of what the TikTok panel looks like. We're drawing the submissive little creature here who has no idea what's going on. But now it's got a splitting headache. And so this is Grandpa, this is Grandma. Grandpa and Grandma are going at it. They're dog fighting, actually. And so anyway, that's it. And let me see if I have any more. I don't think I have any more comments that have come up. No. I'm probably going to have a hoarse voice now. After that, I'm going to have a hoarse voice. But maybe I can make a funny video out of it in a little bit. Once the video processes. Preppy girls Preppy girls? Yeah, preppy girls. Well, Grandma and Grandpa, well, let's call them the uncouthless. They're the uncouthless right now. You know the word. Why, thank you for liking my drawings. I'm trying to add a little bit of entertainment and spice here with my artwork. And actually, I'm thinking about if I could have done something like this when I was a kid. Boys would love this in school. Just doing what I did there because I think it's kind of fun for myself, even though I know I'm going to be a little bit hoarse later on because of the fact that I grumbled my voice in such a way that it's not used to. So I'm probably going to end up with a hoarse throat. But this is what I see. I've had this happen to me so much on the TikTok panels. It's like, now if I was this little guy, which is a kid, who then has a splitting headache, its back hurt, its stomach hurts. So we could probably make pins in all the places where this little person, and the naive dumb woman too, the younger woman who then gets to be this woman, then because he has issues in controlling her. And then we go back to this. So this is what I hear on the panels every time they're arguing is I don't even hear anything. I don't even hear what they're saying. They're talking all over each other, and it's this is why the cute frightening monster fits in with it, because they're and this one's back here. Hey, I have something to say. I have to go to the bathroom. Go outside. Okay, I think I'm done.